Hi everyone, welcome back to episode 17 of If My Heart Had Wings, where Aoi just returned from a lunch meetup with Tatsuya slash Anchan, Ageha, and Hotaru. And poor Masasugu, he got left out. But then he's busy with his girlfriend, so it's all good. I have a feeling that the main purpose of the meetup is that the instruments and tools and parts that Aoi gave to Anchan to have it fixed, it's now ready to go. So these were the instruments for Amane's glider, and Amane was not able to get them fixed because the supplier is out of business. So I'm pretty sure in this episode we're going to see how she'll react to those fixed parts. So let's get going. So after Anchan went back, we went to Himegi Sports to say hello to Ageha's father. And then I stayed for a little while, enjoyed some tea and cakes, and it soon became evening. So that's a pretty long time. As I walked along the street to the dormitory, I still felt like I didn't want to go back just yet. I might go for a little stroll. I want to get some fresh air, just relax after a really busy day. It's changed a lot around here as well. So before, there was only an embankment here. We used to play here a lot, catching koi and crucian carp, but now it had a promenade and had been made into a walking course. But at least they made this place look better, because I see like a little sidewalk, nicely cut lawn, and some chairs. Well, this was just right for taking a stroll. I walked slowly while gazing quietly at the lake, dyed by the setting sun. It's a really nice view. Well, except for the wind turbines that blocked the way. So my hometown had changed a lot in 5 years, but the important thing hadn't changed at all. Finding something new is a good thing, Aoi. Find something. So that's probably Anchan's words that he gave Aoi. As I speak quietly to myself, I look at the view on the other bank. The windmills standing on the gentle slope face the wind and slowly turn. Well, then again, the windmills don't really contribute nicely to the scene. I was told that they make some kind of strange low-frequency noise, and even though it's hard to hear, once you stay there long enough, it kind of starts to become a bother. But even so, the chef's ramen was really tasty. Next time I'll try the dipping noodles. So they went to Masugu's father's restaurant for lunch, ironically. And the restaurant, it got famous that it was publicized in the newspaper, and Masugu's father was basically showing off in the paper, posing. And we kind of see where Masugu got his personality from. So someone else is here. Dipping noodles. So a little further away, someone was there. It was a petite girl. She ran her hand along the fence and, like me, was gazing at Windmill Hill on the opposite bank. So someone was here? Was there? I didn't think anyone was there, so I was talking to myself, but it seems that she heard me. You're that... So she notices him. The mood about her was a little different, so I didn't realize straight away, but no doubt about it, it's the girl who was in the supermarket yesterday. The girl who bought a lot of 29.80 yen per 100 grams meat to make curry. So if you remember that episode when Aoi and Ageha loaded up the basket that Kotori was carrying, and they put a lot of heavy things to the point where Kotori complained about it. Well, she should. But then he realized that he forgot to buy some ground meat, and when he went inside, he saw a girl that was buying all this expensive meat, so 29.80 yen per 100 grams of marble meat, just for curry, and she bought the whole shelf, which is approximately a total of $264. And that was just 1 kilogram of meat, so very expensive. So he asks her, was the curry nice? Hey, how do you know about that? Were you stalking me? Or were you spying on me? Oh, don't you remember yesterday in the supermarket? So it's not her. Huh? What on earth is she talking about? Okay, so that was her older sister. I kind of wonder if she's speaking the truth or if she's trying to deceive Aoi in an attempt to get him to buzz off and to stop snooping around in her business. Especially when he just came up to her and told her, "Oh, how's the curry?" And that's kind of a very scary question to ask someone. Okay, so they did make use of that expensive meat the proper way. So it was cut thinly, and that's why it cost a lot. And that girl said that well, it looks really, really big, and that's why I want to use it. But because it's thinly cut, once you put it in the pot, it's gonna curl up, and when it comes out, it's gonna look smaller than it did when it went into the pot. And it's like, well, there's better or more appropriate meat for curry. So I was telling her that, and then she moved on without much more conversation. She just stopped talking to him. Huh? So she's like, well, we had sukiyaki for dinner. Oh, I see. She's talking about what was bought at the supermarket. I guess that's what happened. Well, there's no way you can make curry with something like that. And he thinks that maybe they realize, well, this meat isn't gonna work for curry, so let's make a chain of plans and have sukiyaki tonight instead. Okay, so she doesn't want to talk to Aoi anymore, and okay, sure. I think she just said that just to basically get Aoi to stop being nosy about her business, especially since she doesn't even know who he is. It was a completely different feeling to when I met that girl in the supermarket. But for Aoi, he still thinks that she's the same person from that supermarket the other day. And while thinking how strange it was that there would be such a complete change in a girl whose name I didn't even know, I returned to the road home. So I'm not really sure if she has a sister or the fact that she's pretending to be someone else. But anyways, let's forget about that. So it wasn't far from the lake to the dormitory, and I didn't have any time to think about much before I got back. Something new. So once again, that statement from Anchan. The parts that I had been given by Anchan were in my pocket, and as I held them in my hand, I looked up at the clouds, slowly floating across the sunset sky. These things are going to fly, aren't they? Well, it's for a glider, so obviously. They'll become part of that white aircraft and will fly across the sky on those great big wings to the other side of the clouds. And the reason why I decided to look up at the clouds impulsively like that might have been because of the girl I had just met. Well, then again, he's got to get back to the dormitory. It's getting dark. It's sunset. Okay, so what is Kotori doing now? And given by what she did before about the ice cream, I don't really have any good sense that something pleasant is going to happen. So that time when she bought a whole bucket of Haagen-Dazs ice cream and ate it up by herself. So it looks like she's doing something with Hat. So Kotori was in her wheelchair with her back bent over, slowly creeping forward. It was almost as though she was walking on tippy toes. So I think he's talking to her. What are you up to this time? I was quite used to her doing strange things, but I still hadn't acquired the ability to determine instantly what it was she was doing. So in a sense, I always still needs to learn more about what Kotori does. And I'm pretty sure the trust between him and her is still quite low. She gave me a long stare. So, obviously, she knows that Aoi is lurking around. Oh, a cat? There it was, laying across the stone steps, licking and grooming itself. And then on the other side, Hat was waiting. So what are they gonna do with this cat? Or what are they trying to do anyways? So I was like, are you trying to do a pincer attack? Well, it generally look like that though. So what are they doing actually? However, if they did, they might be able to go. So, interrupting my thoughts, Kotori gave the signal. So what is Hat doing? Suddenly Hat started flapping his wings and chased the cat from behind. Oh no, that's really cruel. Surprised, the cat jumped up and ran in the opposite direction, where Kotori was waiting to catch it. What? So, Kotori's trying to devise a plan, a strategy to catch the cat. Wow. And she's going for it. Well, there's no way that's gonna work. The cat, with brilliant footwork like Zidane's Marcelli's roulette, turned around while evading Kotori and ran away. So obviously it's not gonna work. And I'm pretty sure the cat's smart enough. And the cat probably sees Kotori and Hat as a threat. And I'm not sure what Zidane's Marcelli's roulette means. So I'm pretty sure the cat's smart enough to evade them and safely get away. So I was like, you really were trying a pincer attack. Okay, so now she's talking to Aoi. You got something to say? So Kotori realized I was looking at her and sulked quietly. Well, what were you going to do once you caught the cat? Well, that's not a really good way to catch the cat anyways, because in a sense, she scared the cat away. And if she was gonna catch the cat and stroke it, that's way too much effort just for that. But then again, Kotori's in a wheelchair, and the sound of the wheelchair might be enough to scare the cat away. Well, it was as if she was saying, of course. But even if she caught a surprise cat as it was running away, it would go crazy and at worst, scratch and cut her. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to go into that. Well, next time, make a better strategy. For example, you can try luring it towards you with a long piece of grass. So in a sense, you want to make yourself more inviting for the cat to come over on his or her own, rather than to basically chase the cat down and catch it. They go, well, find something that the cat likes, and if the cat likes it, it'll naturally walk over, and that's when you get your chance to pet the cat. And Kotori is giving that idea, or that face that well, I know that. Like I already know that. You don't have to tell me this. She said as she earnestly wrote a memo. It looks like she always has a notebook tucked away in her wheelchair. So what else is Kotori upset about? She points at me. This is a sign that she has a bone to pick with me. Ah, you're late! Just like from the Jetsons. When George Jetson is coming to work, and we know he's always late. And there was one episode where he tried to dodge the late laser, but then he tripped on one, and the time machine said that he's late. Well, luckily, he gets an express lane to the manager, Mr. Spacey's office, and that's when he explains the problem that the company's facing. I think it was like it was because a lot of suppliers are buying the competitor company, Cogswell Cogs. And you know how that works. Oh, huh? I went for a walk, so that's why I'm late. Her tone was like a mother scolding her child. I wonder if there's something I was supposed to have done. Yeah, I guess he missed something. Oh, dinner. But it's only 5 o'clock though. So this is a example of poor planning. So even though Aoi told Kotori that she should help him prepare dinner, he didn't really give a definite time frame of when that's gonna start. So in a sense, Kotori's just left waiting. Like, when's Aoi gonna get back? When are we gonna start? And because she didn't have anything else to do, that's why she decided, okay, I'll just look around, and I see a cat, and I want to pet him. I'm gonna find a strategy to be able to pet him. So all that was basically just something to do to pass time. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if I start about 6, I usually get it done in time. I don't think he told any of this to Kotori. Now he gives her a approximate time frame for when he's gonna start making dinner. So it's like, okay, well, I expect you to be here by 6 so that we can prepare for dinner. So she said as she wrote another note. At least Kotori's punctual. So do you mean that you were waiting for me? Well, she must have gotten bored, which is why she decided to catch the cat. There you go. And even though Kotori kind of objects to the duties, but she's gonna fulfill it as expected. I don't know what sort of funny ideas you mean. Could you give me a few examples? And I don't think it's appropriate to be teasing her at this time, especially when you made her upset by being irresponsible. Well, I'm hungry, so let's eat something. Okay. Yeah, I'm hungry too, says Hat. There you go. Okay, well then, well, it's still a little early, but shall we get started? So we're gonna have today mapo eggplants and egg soup. I wonder if that tastes good. Yeah, it's great. It's my specialty. And she's happy about it, and so is Hat. As we go through the dormitory door, I realized that my feelings of uneasiness had vanished at some point. So what was bothering him? Maybe that word from Anchan or something? Well, she tried to do a pincer attack with a duck to catch a cat, didn't she? While I remembered this, I started to chuckle to myself, and I realized that when she was with me, I feel strangely calm, and then things start to feel weird again. So now with Kotori out of the way, he kind of falls back to what he was thinking about earlier. Okay, so we are back at the garage with the glider. And we're going to see how Amane reacts to it now that Aoi has all the fixed instruments that Amane has not been able to get it fixed or replaced. So Amane was looking over the parts that I had brought her from every angle and let out sounds that express admiration. So, is this okay? How is it? Okay, so she's satisfied. Whoosh! Whoa, whoa, whoa! So she's extremely grateful that Aoi is able to get those parts fixed. So she's telling hug me. Wait, so Kotori and Ageha are also here? So what's going on? Well, Kotori always comes with Aoi to this garage. But I'm not really sure about Ageha because she's part of the robotics club and was even trying to get Aoi to join the robotics club. Hopefully that his expertise and his competitiveness would help them win the next robot competition. So why is she here? But first, they're kind of shocked at Amane hugging Aoi because he was able to get those parts fixed. Oh, thank you! Amane pushed her forehead onto me and rubbed it round and round. Hey, ouch! Hey, that hurts, Amane. Rub. Hey, it hurts, but it feels good. Okay, so I think Kotori and Ageha are jealous that about Aoi being up at Amane. Well, she's hugging him because she's so happy about that instruments. Okay, so I think Aoi can hear what Kotori and Ageha are talking about. So he's calling out to them. So are you. You're just making up whatever you feel like. Oh, by the way, it's lunchtime. They brought the parts that Anchan gave me to the garage, but because the reaction was much more than I expected, I'm in a state of confusion. And Kotori, who I came with, and also Ageha, who came along for some reason, are both staring at me in a way that feels kind of prickly. So the stares, the unwanted attention. So after cheering Amane away from me, who was kind of like a big playful dog, I once again passed the parts to her. But please, go ahead and use them. So, how did you get these? Oh, a friend of mine works in a factory that deals with the manufacture and processing of specialized parts. And for this kind of thing, he should usually be able to make it for me. And it seems that for this, Anchan looked at the engineering diagram and made something that was the same. Oh, okay, so it looks like the instruments were custom. They were individually handcrafted by someone at the factory, and it was made as a replica of the original part. And I wonder if they actually tested it as well to make sure it works the same way it does with the original part, and especially for an airplane, the parts have to be calibrated to really high standards to make sure they work exactly the way that they're intended to, with very, very little tolerance. And I'm not sure if you also have to get certified, but anyways, looks like mine's just going to install it. I'll just put it on right now. The Amane took the parts over to the glider. Oh, woo, that was a surprise.
Amane senpai って結構大胆な人なんだね。
Yeah, I guess.
こないだも抱きつかれて嬉しそうにしてたわよ、あいつ。
And Kotori remembers the time when she hugged Aoi as well. Well, that was when he promised that he was gonna get all those instruments and parts fixed.
やっぱ葵も男の子なんだね。
But you know, he's just a typical guy. Hey, don't say things like that about me.
それにしても、なんであなたが一緒についてくるのよ。
I'm not really sure why Kotori's asking that question, because obviously Aoi is going to give those repair parts to Amane.
私Amane先輩とお話ししてみたかったから。
Oh, so Kotori's asking Ageha about the question, like, why did you come with us? And he's like, oh, that's because I just want to talk to Amane.
それになんだか面白そうだし。
And plus, I think she wants to see what Aoi is doing during lunchtime. Maybe it's because he's not in the classroom. And that's usually where students hang out at lunch in Japan. So Kotori was being pretty snappy since just now. Well, she might be annoyed because someone else found out about her secret place. So Amane, who's like a kid who's been brought a birthday present, has immediately started work on installing the parts. It looks like the parts are used in the instruments in the cockpit, and she diligently dismantles the mechanical parts. So she's so happy that she's going to get it working right away.
これがグライダーか。
And now Amane is, let's say, impressed by what she's seen, the glider. So Ageha is standing beside Amane and is watching her work.
これってエンジンはついてないんですよね。どうやって飛ぶんですか？
Oh, but it's missing an engine. So how does it fly?
風に乗って飛ぶんだ。
So obviously a glider doesn't have an engine and it rides in the wind.
でもまずは離陸しなきゃいけないですよね。
But first it has to take off, right?
ああ、それならいくつか方法があるが、これの場合、ウインチでタコのように引っ張って飛ばすんだ。
So I do know another method for how gliders are airborne. Like there's another airplane with a engine, and that airplane, so the glider's connected to the this airplane, and as the airplane takes off, it pulls the glider into the sky. And once they reach a certain altitude, they disconnect the cable, and the glider is left to fly on its own. And I wonder where they can get the winch, which is a very unusual method. There might be another method where you have people, they push it over a cliff, and because there's lots of wind over the cliff, the wind pushes the airplane up, and in a sense, the glider floats and is airborne. But then again, that's kind of dangerous, and if you don't get enough lift as the airplane flies down the cliff, you may end up crashing. So that might work, but it's not a safe method. I wonder if the winch is gonna put too much force in, like, catapulting this glider into the sky. Okay, yeah. So even though this glider, it looks pretty big, but compared to other airplanes, especially the Boeing 747, this glider is very light. So Ageha stares at the aircraft in disbelief. So Kotori and I, as if we all appreciating a work of art, entirely looked at the sleek aircraft. I'm pretty sure these aircraft, they're made of composites to be as light as possible. Mine seems to be, or to have it completely forgotten that we are even there and is immersed in installing the parts. It's like the first time I came here and met Amane. So it's the time when she was busy on the drawing board and she only got up to look at the book, but then she got back down and then she realized that she was hungry, and after I always gave her something to eat, she went back to work, ignoring him. So Amane's all fixed on getting this glider to fly again. Huh? Isuka? So what's up? Nothing? Excuse me. Okay, this is a good place to stop. So we see Amane being extremely happy that I is able to give her those instruments that she was trying to get it fixed for a long time. And now that it's all good to go, she's busy and hoping that she can get the glider into the sky as soon as possible once again. And I wonder what's going on. I'm hearing the tone of this girl's voice. It sounds like she has an objection to make about this garage. And I don't really think this is a place to say that it's a secret hideout, because obviously it's on school grounds, and it's big enough to be visible. But anyways, we're gonna see what this girl wants in the next episode. And with that in mind, I'll see you later.